Welcome to Vanishing Gates. I am Jay, and this is
Katie.
your host in the strange, the unexplained, the true, all the stuff, all the weirdness.
Yeah.
How are you today, Katie Cat?
Hot.
It is
We're having
yeah.
a heat wave
So
or something.
normally, fun time here.
Yeah.
Normally we record our shows Saturday evenings or Saturday nights,
And it's usually freezing.
and it's usually cold as hell.
Yeah.
Especially in wintertime here in NorCal. We had a brief reprieve from the rain, and we have some really warm but humid weather.
Yeah, because it rained last night, and I don't know if it's going to rain more, but
It's supposed to rain some more coming up.
yeah,
Next couple days
it's just like a
muggy.
little heat.
Yeah, it's a
wave.
little heat wave with a lot of mugginess to it.
Yeah.
So the reason we're recording today, and again, I usually release them on Sundays anyway, so this will get released right after we're done recording. You'll see the lighting's a little off because we have the door open, so there's light saturation coming in because it's too freaking stuffy out in the studio, and
It gets really hot in
I
here.
don't know where I put my fan.
Yeah.
So the reason we're recording today instead of last night is because we are recording a new segment for the show. Jack was here. That has not been released yet because I have some editing to do. You'll probably see this first. We thought it would be the other way around. But I have to do some editing, and the editing software that I have was on my other computer, and I forgot about that. Otherwise, it'd be up already as of
Yeah.
last night. But that segment is going to be us discussing, like, I know we get a lot of grief sometimes about talking about video games and movies and stuff. The movies not so much as video games and pop culture, even though they all kind of fit together in a way. This other segment is going to just be pop culture, video games, things like that.
Just nerdy stuff.
Yeah, us nerding out because all of us
Yeah.
are gamers.
We're all nerds, kind of. So.
Yeah, we do our stream and stuff and all that, and each of us are out on our own nerdy path.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we're going to be doing that. But we recorded one yesterday. I just have some editing to do because I don't edit this. I don't edit Vanishing Gates. I never have.
Yeah.
I don't believe ever.
We might try and put an intro or something in.
Yeah, that doesn't really
and
count
maybe
for me
put
as editing.
some us reacting to, putting the video on the screen of what we're reacting to, or the pictures or whatever. But
Yeah.
that's the only kind of editing.
Well, we still do that live when I do that.
Yeah,
So we're recording that as we're watching it.
we just got to figure out. You probably know how to do it, but
Yeah, we've done it before. There's
we
actually
just got to
some old
actually do
videos.
it.
Yeah, there's actually
Yeah.
me and Jack have done some older episodes. If you guys go on the YouTube channel or go look through our YouTube, go look on our YouTube channel,
Yeah.
which you're already looking at right now if you're watching this. You'll see like the pack log of episodes, and you can kind of see the transition between where we started and where we're at today. And as of I think next week, things will be even more put together because I'll actually have the ability to live stream again, hardwire out in the studio. I'll actually have the ability to sit out in the studio and take show notes and do research for shows again, which is something I haven't been able to do in a long time.
In a couple years.
It's been a while.
So.
Well, we had sabbaticals off and on, and we still did our Halloween live shows.
Yeah.
I don't think we missed a single Halloween live at all, even when we
the
were
year
shut
before last year.
We didn't do one year before last.
Mm-mm.
I thought we did.
No.
Okay, so I might have missed one. My
Because
bad.
Jack was didn't want to do it, and then we were handing out candy and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then we went to the bar.
Yeah, okay, so we missed
Yeah.
one out of the 7 years we've been doing this.
Yeah,
It'll be
one.
7 years, I think the 30th. I have to double check.
Wow.
Yeah, if anybody wants to look and see on our first upload onto YouTube, that should tell you when we started this show. Or at least that was a couple weeks after we started recording. So
Yeah.
technically we started it early January recording. I remember it was right after the presidential election, and I was like, because I had been mulling
Oh.
over doing a YouTube channel forever and a podcast. And I was like, well, I've always been keen on politics. And you guys won't hear me talk much on politics on this show because it's the antithesis of why I'm doing this show. The
Yeah.
reason it became Vanishing Gates and not just Jay on politics or something or some crap like that I had written
Well,
out.
and so many people do that anyway, so it's like...
Yeah,
eh.
exactly. And that's the other part of it. But it happened right after the Trump election. I was like, I'm going to go ahead and do something I'm passionate about that's not politics.
Yeah.
I didn't feel comfortable getting enough people talking about martial arts that would show up steadily. And so I'm like, well, I'll do a paranormal thing because I've always wanted to do that too. So here we are on our 7-year anniversary coming up for the show. And it's been fun. And now we're going to be able to go back to the roots a little bit, but more of a YouTube
Yeah.
channel. So we want to do more like live stream from on location stuff as well at some point.
Yeah.
I'd like to do
for
some
sure.
investigations again, do some ghost hunting while we're live. And I'm just trying to figure out the logistics of that at the moment while we're sorting through things. I'm still going through my health stuff, so it's kind of up in limbo. But those are the goals for this coming year, is to get there. We can't do that without your guys' support, so don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe. And make sure you comment in the comments below and leave us some love or some criticism. Or you can tell Katie how nice her new bangs are. I know they're not new to you guys, but...
Yeah, I've had them for a while on here, or a couple shows, but yeah.
Anyway, so my goal here is to start a series on the topic of urban legends. Something you brought up to me. I said, hey, it'd be fun to do this, but there's so many. It's probably better to break it down into a series.
Yeah.
Have little shorter episodes just discussing urban legends we've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then break them down. Because we've done series before. I don't want them to get too long and drawn out and be just the urban legend show. So we'll probably break them up here and there and do like, 1 or 2 episodes of the series of urban legends and then switch to something else for a week and then go back if we feel like it's the momentum's gained.
I mean, we could also do like 1 week we could do the nerd thing, and then 1 week we could do the paranormal thing.
We're going to do the nerd thing anyway. It's separate.
Yeah.
So the nerd corner, or whatever we're going to call it, is going to be its own separate thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's going to be like something they can watch. We're
It's
going to
be
have
a separate like channel.
It's going to be on this unless if it takes off, we'll start another channel for it.
Yeah.
But for now, let's be if they don't want to watch that, they can just skip past it. Or if they want to watch that more, they can watch that more. Okay. Which realistically, we're going to have more detail on that just off the top of our head because that's what we do.
Yeah.
we're all nerds here at heart, you know.
Yeah.
So, what are some urban legends that you grew up hearing?
I'm trying to think. Well, like Bloody Mary, going into the bath. And that used to really scare me when I was little. Like I never did it because I thought she was going to pop out of the mirror and kill me or something. Other kids used to scare me about it. They'd be like,
Like how little are we talking? Like 2 weeks ago or...
Haha.
Just kidding. I'm not amused. Punch.
But yeah. I'm trying to think. What else is there? I mean, Bigfoot. Oh, Bigfoot. I got him a shirt, by the way.
Yeah, Bigfoot shirt.
I don't know. I don't know what else. What about you?
A lot.
Yeah.
Bloody Mary obviously was something that came around, has been around forever. We told that story in elementary school to each other and stuff, and it was just, it never bothered me. I did it a few times just to prove it wasn't true.
Well, obviously it's not real. And now I know it's not real.
I know, but as a little kid even, I was like, this is bogus, and I would do it just to prove my point. Like, I've always been that jerk. Like, I'm going to poke the bear just a little bit,
Yeah.
And some things I don't. As I've gotten older, I don't do that as much with certain things. Like, I'm really careful with power tools.
Oh.
As someone who does a lot of carpentry,
yeah.
I see people do stuff, and I'm like, I still have all my digits for a reason, guys. I've been working with power tools and doing carpentry and stuff for many years, and I still have all my fingers and stuff. So
yeah,
I'd like to keep it that way. When it comes to urban legends or stuff, it's like there's stuff I won't do. I won't skydive.
No.
Unless the plane is crashing and I have a bailout parachute, I'm not jumping out of a plane. I've never even been in a plane. I likely will never be in a plane unless I have to travel for whatever reason, emergency-wise.
Yeah.
It's unlikely I'll ever have any reason to go on a plane. I don't travel.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird. You've never been on a plane. But...
I don't know why that's weird. I don't. I've never been to amusement parks. I've never been on a plane.
Yeah, he's never been to Disneyland or Universal Studios, any of those places.
I want to go to Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, me
Disneyland
too.
had 2 attractions exactly that I wanted to see, and one of them's gone now, so I have no desire to go.
What were those?
Haunted Mansion and Tower of Terror.
I got to go on Tower of Terror.
I'll never get that experience ever, no matter what. It will never ever happen.
I don't understand why they did that. Why they changed it.
To placate the masses.
Yeah. Haunted Mansion, I never got to go on, but I would like to.
Well, it's still there.
Yeah.
They get rid of that, they're in trouble.
They'll never get rid of that.
I would hope not. It's a staple of the haunted community.
Yeah, they'll never get rid of that.
That's how I learned about Pepper's ghosts. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, urban legends and stuff. Yeah, Bloody Mary was one. The guy with the hook hand, that was always one that would go around. So what do you
I
think
never.
what do you think the difference is between like an urban legend, a creepypasta, and a campfire story? Aside from the term urban,
What do I think
what do
the
you think the
difference?
difference? How would you separate them? Like, what do you think would be the main difference on those things, or do you consider them all the same thing?
I don't know. I mean, camp stories are like, I feel like they're stories that are meant to like scare you, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
because you're yeah. I don't know. It's a hard question.
It is, right?
Yeah, I don't really
It's a good
know.
question.
Yeah, it is a good question.
So I
Yeah.
don't I don't really view campfire stories and urban legends on the same spectrum. In reality, any story like that has something there to freak you out or to draw attention of the crowds that gets spread around as an urban legend or is just a tale.
Yeah.
It's what it is. It's in the end it boils down to very similar things. Creepypasta becomes urban legends.
Yeah.
So creepypasta is something someone makes up on purpose as fake, as just art, a
Yeah.
form of writing, and people go, "Oh, this is probably real."
Yeah.
Like the Slender Man thing.
Yeah.
Slender Man went from being just a creepypasta to an urban legend.
He's real.
Yeah, in a bad way,
And then that
multiple
thing
times.
happened
A
with the
few,
kids.
quite a few things.
Yeah.
When my buddy was a cop, he would say a lot of people he would arrest and he'd do investigations. He would find writings about Slenderman on a lot of different people that had no connection to each other
That's
for
so
different
weird.
crimes, like guys on drugs, guys that were crazy and violent.
Like they were seeing him, or
Like they would write about him and stuff and draw pictures of him randomly.
Oh.
So, but that's
That's just people going too far with a made up thing. I feel like
Some people would argue against that with the tulpas, but we'll go into thought forms and stuff another time. It's just a whole nother.
Slenderman isn't real.
No, he's not.
It's
Even the guy that made him's like, this is not what I
It's
made
like,
this for.
no, this was just
It was
to
meant
be
to
creepy.
Yeah, it was meant to be a scary story.
Yeah, I mean, and then they made that game, the Slenderman game.
They made quite a few now, but
Yeah.
so with urban legends, it's like it's told around with groups of people and it spreads like wildfire.
Yeah.
And it scares the crap out of everybody. It's usually the urban legends are usually based on where you're from.
Mhm.
Or at least it starts that way and then spreads from there. You have things like Cropsey and stuff like that about the guys living under the town in the tunnels. Turned out to be true to an extent. Cropsey was real. Things like that. So it's usually based on something that happened. So like the Halloween candy that was poisoned was based on a real thing that happened.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it actually was a thing that happened. It never happened to anybody else that's recorded. Nobody ever is recorded having bitten into a razor blade from an apple.
That's another thing. Yeah, that just reminded me of when I was little. Another thing that we used to hear about is make sure you check your candy, or make sure your parents check your candy.
Yeah.
Because there might be needles or,
Razors and
razors
stuff.
and needles and poison in it.
And
it's like that, and then it never happened to anybody, right?
so
Kids.
there was one kid that had something happen to him when I was a kid. It was a friend of mine in elementary school. So it's not like a friend of a friend of a friend. This is a friend of mine directly on Halloween had something in his candy. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't a big deal. It was probably a manufacturing incident.
Oh.
Is I think what it boiled down to because his parents had already checked the wrapper and it was fine.
But it made him sick or something?
No, he cut his mouth. There was a piece of something in it. So my dad was like, it was a piece of machinery. Calm down.
Oh yeah.
It came off the assembly
it's
line.
Not somebody
it does
putting
happen.
a razor in.
Yeah, no, it was a piece of metal or something that was on the machinery. It wasn't anything to write the news about. The news didn't. It wasn't in the media or anything. It was just careful if you had this bag of candy.
They could have sued them though.
Oh yeah, but they didn't know who. Well, yeah, I think they might have.
The company,
I think they did,
Yeah.
but I don't remember exactly what happened. We left shortly after it happened. Left the area.
I found a piece of plastic in rice one time.
I've had that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that
I
happen.
was like, oh, there's a piece of sharp plastic in here.
I had a boneless chicken breast the other day that I bit into, and it had a big chunk of bone in it.
Ugh.
I was like, well, I'm glad I found that, not the kids.
Yeah.
That would have been bad. But there's a situation back in the day where, and we'll do an episode on this because we've talked about it before, but I want to go a deeper dive. A guy actually intended to poison his kid with pixie sticks. And he actually took the pixie sticks and filled it with like arsenic or something and sealed it back up and snuck it into their candy bag while they were trick-or-treating and gave it to one of the neighbor kids or one of the kids' friends as well.
Wow.
Yeah, but he that was specifically targeted to that kid. It wasn't like he was doing it to everybody.
Yeah.
He just wanted to look like somebody was giving out pixie sticks, and he ended up getting caught. But
Dang.
yeah, what a piece of crap that guy is.
Yeah,
But that's the
that's
man who
awful.
killed Halloween. Is who that guy is how he's referred to. The man that killed Halloween. But he's where all that check your candy crap comes from. We check our kids' candy anyway, just because where we live. It's always
Well,
safe.
yeah,
Plus, you don't want open candy.
Yeah, if it's something open or like, my mom used to tell me, don't eat something that like is like they made.
Yeah, don't. I told him never eat.
Thing, like a
Yeah.
cookie or like, stuff like that, because you never know.
Oh yeah, and they could just not have good cooking habits. They could have bad hygiene. They could have really
It could
unsafe
not be
kitchen
cooked. It could
Exactly.
not, it could have, who knows. So my mom always said, my parents always check my candy before I would get into it, and she said, don't eat anything homemade.
Yeah, exactly. And we do this. We have the same rule, unless if we're hosting a Halloween party, which we've done a few times, we'll have the trick or treat candy, and then we'll have like treats that we make for the kids at the party.
Yeah.
That's different because the parents are there. They know us. We know them. It's a whole different story because you're eating something at the house. It's more party food than trick or treats.
Yeah.
But that's what those kids get as their trick or treat is whatever we're serving at the party. If we do a Halloween party on Halloween,
Yeah.
which we haven't done for a few years, we need to correct that probably this year, seeing how things go.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, so going back to it, urban legends are the ones that spread around locally. Now, that particular one came from something that actually happened, like I said, but there's other ones too. Now, trying to find out where they came from is a whole different story.
Yeah.
Like the Candyman thing. That movie was based on something that happened, like a real incident. It had nothing to do with what the movie did. It was nothing like it. But it was about
based
people
off, like,
living.
A killer, right?
No, it's about people. Well, yeah, a couple guys that robbed and murdered a woman,
Oh.
and they came out of her wall in the Cabrini Greens housing complex.
Yikes.
Yeah, and the people were living in the walls. It was run by the gangs. There's a whole deep dive you can do to Cabrini Greens too.
Jeez.
But I mean, so some of these things come from reality, and that's the point I'm trying to.
I feel like most things do.
Well, there's always a hint of truth in every lie.
They're
is the old
like
saying.
inspired by something that actually happened.
Yeah, in one way or another. You always see those movies that are inspired by true events. It means you're not going to enjoy the ending of that movie. Because something bad is going to happen.
Like, I don't know about like Stephen King's stories and stuff, where a lot of them inspired by real stuff or just shit he made up.
As he says it, his co-author was cocaine.
Oh.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of that just came out of his brain. Well, yeah, but he had to come up with that from somewhere.
Like, how the hell did he come up with the whole It
John
thing?
Wayne Gacy.
Oh.
There's no way John Wayne Gacy had nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay.
I don't
clown
believe
killer.
the man who loved the boys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would imagine that's probably where that come from.
What about The Shining? Like, what would that have come from?
That I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, he stayed at the Overlook Hotel is what it was. It's a real place.
Right.
That's where
and it
that
was
came
haunted.
from. Allegedly.
He said it was haunted.
The room that is the most haunted one was the one he stayed in.
Yeah.
When he was there.
And he had some kind of experience. And then
That's what he says, yeah. So, I mean, that's where that comes from.
But he was also on drugs, and it was the 80s.
Yes.
Or the 70s.
70s, 80s.
Yeah.
But a lot of this stuff, like my dad would tell me some of the things, and I couldn't tell if it was just a scary story or supposed to be an urban legend.
Yeah.
But they would get switched around to become urban legends the more the stories get told.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, my point is, we're trying to figure out what urban legends to tackle and how to tackle them with this next part of the series that's coming up. We're going to keep this one a little short today. We've got some stuff coming up, but we want you guys to let us know what your most memorable urban legend is and discuss it with us in the comments.
Yeah.
And feel free to email us if you have some that we might not have heard of at vanishinggates@gmail.com. Katie Cat, how do they find you on social media?
Twitch.
Just do Twitch stream?
Yeah, for now, Twitch. Katie Cat Plays.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been trying to get into... Oh, yeah. I played a new game last night.
What was that?
That I was going to tell you about. What was it called? Now I don't remember what it was called. Crap. It was called... Liars of the P or
Liza P.
Liza
It's
P.
a Pinocchio game, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I played it.
Really? It's
Yeah.
Pinocchio?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a Final Fantasy type of thing.
No, it's Pinocchio. It's a Dark Souls Pinocchio.
Oh, okay. Well, I played a little bit of it. The graphics are really good.
Yeah, it's creepy as hell.
It's creepy, but it's hard.
It is very difficult. It's
Yeah.
a Souls-like
And
game,
then I would,
not
like,
easy.
I died, and then it would bring me all the way to the back at the beginning.
Yes.
I'm like, really?
Yeah, that's how they do that.
I died like twice, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, no, it's a pain in the ass. I played it and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't.
It was on
really-
Game Pass, so I just was like, eh.
That's why I have it. I don't really
Yeah.
like Souls-like games, so I was like,
It's very. It reminds me of Final Fantasy, kind of. Just the way it looks, I guess.
yeah, it's a little less.
Japanesey.
It's a little less grotesque looking than like
I had
Elden
no idea
Ring,
it was
but
Pinocchio, though.
yeah, Lies of P.
Lies of P. Is the character named Pinocchio?
He's just P for Pinocchio.
Hmm.
They even say if you read what's happening, Geppetto's missing.
Oh, now I kind of remember. Yeah, I guess I wasn't paying attention. Or I didn't put it together.
It's a really dystopian, darker
Yeah,
version
I
of Pinocchio.
probably won't continue playing it, but
Yeah.
anyway. I guess. Anyway.
But Twitch,
Yeah.
Kitty Cat plays.
Yeah, and then yours.
Mine is Moo Juice Magic on
Yeah,
Twitch. If
he's-
you guys want to watch me play
He's getting
games.
close to being affiliate, so.
Yeah, I'm almost affiliate there. We'll see how that goes.
Close.
Anyway, we'll catch you guys. I know this is a shorter episode, kind of all over the place, but like I said, next week I should have things actually outlined and notes taken for the topic that
And a
we're talking
computer,
about.
hopefully.
And another computer. Jack's supposed to be bringing a computer over for next
And
Saturday.
internet.
And
hopefully.
internet, hopefully. So I can actually sit out here and do real research for you guys.
Yeah.
Because doing it at my house with a bunch of screaming kids, not so easy.
Yeah.
And sitting out here without Wi-Fi is a pain in the ass. Because the studio currently doesn't have
And
Wi-Fi.
streaming in the house is also not easy. And he
No.
needs to be able to stream in peace and quiet. So.
Yes. Need my studio space running and functional
Yeah.
again. A rabbit killed it, so.
Yeah.
Damn rabbit. Anyway, guys, yeah, hit us up. Let us know what's going on. Don't be a stranger. Don't forget our Facebook page, Vanishing Gates.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we'll catch you guys next week.
Have a good Sunday.
Enjoy your day.
Bye.
Bye.